dolly. Namanga Wuma dolly, Wapo Wawun dolly, dolly. Tapinta, Pirikina, Wawun dolly, dolly. Namanga Wuma dolly, Wapo Wawun dolly, dolly. Tapinta, Pirikina, Wawun dolly, dolly. Yendeba, 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 Yendeba. Yendeba, 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 Yendeba.
Nyendeba. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mazes, okay? So you can hear me loud and clear, reaching you from this part of the planet. The Hammertime season is really knocking us akbako here and there. And I thank you all for joining me this evening. Governor Fubara, the Rofo fight in Rivers State is getting really, really interesting because the governor of Rivers State has finally vamoosed. He has finally disappeared and he has finally joined the APC. So this is no longer a, how do I say that? This is no longer a, what's the word? The word failed me. This is no longer a rumor. This is no longer, you know, of if or but. But recall when Fubara was suspended, I came out then and I said, the game is over. That if Fubara have to come back, because Fubara, you look at his CM, sorry, he's a lily-livered man. He's not a fighter. He's not rugged like Wike. He's a very gentle man. So I said then that if Fubara ever comes back as a governor, that's it, -1. And today is the completion of the cycle that every single governor in the in the Niger Delta is in the APC. Monde Okbobelo is confusing me. It's in the APC. The Akpakapako, the governor where they enter gutter, is in the APC. Which one again? Delta State Governor, that is Sheriff, is in the APC. The Bayelsa State Governor is in the APC. River State Governor has joined them in the APC. Akwa Ibom left PDP in the APC. When you look at it, before now, apart from the election that was rigged, when Obaseke tried to put in Aswe Gadalo, PDP had 4 governors. Akwa Ibom, Delta, was it Cross River? Now Rivers. Suddenly, everything, the rug is pulled and everyone just now goes, gone into the other party. Here is the governor earlier today joining the, the party. But one thing that bothers me is that, this is not the way politics was played between 1999 and 2003. I mean, people cross carpet, but not this level of cross carpeting. This is like childish cross carpeting. It appears something is happening. Someone said, unconfirmed report had it that if a governor joins the APC, he gets 2 billion. Could it be that as a result of this 2 billion, that is the reason why these people are joining the party? Some other school of thought has it that Tinubu eventually will split Nigeria between North and South. That the way he's driving this is that eventually the whole South would be under one political party. If the whole South is under one political party, it means if the North doesn't want it, if the North doesn't like it, he can now tell them to go to hell. That's another school of thought. But we'll get into the meat of the matter quickly, shortly. Let us actually listen to the governor as he joined the APC today.
We have the full support. We have positive nod to live where we are because we didn't get any protection. To go to where the reason why we are still standing is because of that place. And the truth is, without Mr. President, there won't be any His Excellency. Fubara. It wouldn't be former.
You see that? I mean, honestly, you know, this issue of politics, if you understand it very well, you can actually make predictions. In Igbo, we say, the hen does not forget that individual that plucked the feather during the rainy season. Same Fubara, a sitting governor has his governorship to thank to two people, the president who rescued him and his political godfather, the Njenje of Obiakpo. But it brings something that is actually worrisome. Does it mean that the governor has no power to actually make decisions? That means the reason why he fought with Wike and the reason why he was impeached, they've gone back to status quo. Whatever money he said he wasn't going to give to Wike, now he can give it effortlessly because he has his being a governor today, thanks all to Wike. But hey, isn't Nigeria a crime scene, people? Come, let me tell us something. Do you want me to go to the IREF? Do you want me to pull out the 2023 results and see how this election was rigged in favor of the person that was announced as the governor of Rivers State? Nobody is talking about the election that was rigged again. Well, court has decided. Somebody, maybe sometimes when I look at the way the man, behaves like a holy wedge, I would think to myself, maybe because he knows that he's somewhat sitting in a result mutilated governorship. Because that's how that emerged. You saw come on, guys. You saw the whole result sheet in Rivers State. It was unbelievable. On the presidential thing, APC made a confession. We asked Wike to give us 25%. We didn't know he was going to snatch the ballot box and run with it. Huh? Politics Nigeriana, politics 101. Well, the governor, let's hear from you.
So we have every reason, because the truth, let nobody be fooled in the state. We have the people, we have the supporters, and we have the our only thank you to Mr. President is to support him. Yes. And we cannot support Mr. President in isolation. And we can't support Mr. President if we don't fully identify with him, not backyard support. So we have taken that decision today. Since we've gotten the pass. Everyone here who have followed me, who have suffered with me, our decision today, this evening, we are moving to APC.
In the words of Wike, then I make another prediction today. Wike is a card-carrying member of the APC. The only thing remaining is, for the sake of the 2027 presidential election, Wike would be in PDP only to do one thing and do one thing only, to do a hatchet job, to ensure that that umbrella is torn yakata. While that umbrella is being held and they are tearing the umbrella, there is another unseen hand moving like this, moving like this, moving like this, holding the Labour Party. If you know, you know. I wouldn't say more than that. But another hand is holding Labour Party because they are afraid of one man, the man that the Nigerian youths are in love with, the man that the Nigerian youth are willing to follow, They know that if they allow him capture, get hold of that party, and it's game over. While we are saying, we are still talking that the dancing senator made his way as well. Once more, I say, my people, the political dance floor is full of the music. No, sorry, the political dance floor is full. The music is loud, and the defections are happening faster than you can say, my leader, my leader. Recall the man who used to tell us, my people, my people. Now, this evening, I say, strap in. Today's episode will be detailed, analytical, witty, brutal, honest. The truth is here on NjenjeMedia TV. If you have not subscribed on this platform, please, 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 we do not deal with fake news. Try as much as possible. Like this stream, subscribe, and in the comment section, if you're joining us from the YouTube, you will see a pinned message. At some point, you have something you think is pricking your mind that you need Nigerians to know, you can click on that link. It brings you here. Just turn on your camera. Just make sure you're not in the dark. Just the way it is clear that people are seeing me, make sure you're not sleeping on your bed when you click that button. Well, like I said, let's start once more with Rivers State. The land where politics is not just politics. It is premium entertainment with industrial strength drama. When I say premium entertainment, let us entertain you once more with the move of the former governor of Rivers. So the music says, Kamanga and Wuma Doliver, instead of me to die, I will keep hustling. And hustling we are all doing. But one thing that is very, very troubling is, Dele Farotimi wrote a book titled Do Not Die in Their War. Imagine if somebody had taken a bullet for Fubara, what would be the case today? Recall that Fubara tried to impeach the Amefula-led cabinet because what? They ported to PDP. Now think about it, fast forward. Months later, the same people fighting that they have, the 10 people they were trying to impeach, moving into PDP, into APC, are the same people that have now, with the person that had gone to court, spent millions, if not billions of River State money fighting this case. All of them, both the fighter and the fightee, both the suer and the sued, both the accused and the accused. Everybody is just gone straight into the same party they were all fighting about. I mean, that's crazy. If you ask me, that's really unbelievable. But no matter how unbelievable it sounds, this is Nigeria politics for you. That is politics 101, politics Nigeriana, right? Now, since Fubara became governor under the PDP, if you know, but really under the giant political shadow of Nyesom Wike, the now landlord of Abuja, the same Wike who installed Fubara, the way you install software on your computer, also expected daily update. You know what I mean? Daily update of of Welus. Now, but Fubara had other ideas. This led to many months of tension. There were impeachment threats, parallel assembly structures being knocked down, loyalists switching side like Wi-Fi signal, switching from MTN to Glo. Court order flying from, MTN promo messages from one to another. That's when we learned the difference between order of mandamus and what's the other one? Ex parte order. Today, we have the same Fubara officially joining the APC, and Nigerians and Nigeria is asking, Mayaze Zoke is asking, how did we get here? We talk about one party system that the whole South has gone to APC, even PD. In fact, South and Southeast, because the whole governors in the Southeast are also in the APC. Those who are not in the APC are APGA, APC, right? Those they are, their leg. They are not. They are not there with their tip. Everything has gone inside. Everything. They had 2 legs. It's in there. They are in there. The ones in Anambra State. So what else remains? It's just that the party name for some historical issue is still intact. But the question that must bug all of us here, let us analyze. Why did Fubara join APC? Is Fubara's move a random move? Is this a political chase? Now, let me break down the motivations behind this. We all talk about survival instinct. In Igbo, we say, osisi funage forever. No tree would ever say that you're going to cut it down and stay one place. So Fubara has understood what is happening. Survival instinct. When your godfather is actively every single day plotting political warfare against you, every door begins to look like salvation. And APC, in this sense, provided it. He here in the video that I just played to you said it with himself. Federal backing, political protection, a safe landing, and possibly a seat at the national table. When I listen to the governors of the Southeast and even South, including Sheriff and the governor of Akwa Ibom, say we need to go to the center and make connection to the center, I say, listen, these are adults, but before somebody say I'm insulting their uncle or their brother, it can make you angry because PDP have been there. You guys were connected to the center, yet there was nothing extraordinary that your people were getting. A friend who is traveling to Nigeria from Germany earlier today called me and was bellowing. Mazi, what is wrong with Nigeria? Why is da? He said he sent me a video from Dubai. He said, this is human being. Their brain like us. This is the Dubai airport. I think that's the first time he got into Dubai airport. He's flying to the Southeast for Christmas, or he's coming to meet us for Christmas. And I thought to myself, now you know, you know now that these people, River State is the 2nd richest state in Nigeria. Is it a surprise that the president has his eyes in that state? And that was delivered on the table of the alter ego of a man called Nyesom Wike, the landlord of Abuja. You can't do anything now. Me, I no get house for Abuja again now. So what's up? If not before, if you send me ground rent, say come pay, can't do what's not. But again, what is Tinubu's strategy net here? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in my view, is collecting governors the way some people collect vintage cars. And that is his strategy. He is not blinking an eyelid on it. His strategy to win 2027. If other presidential candidates are sleeping, this guy, in fact, the only one that has it's because of this Donald Trump threat that made him seem as if he pedaled down a little bit. The guy is laser focused, doing everything possible, even if the ear doesn't like it. He doesn't care. He wants it. He's doing everything humanly possible to get it by every means necessary. One by one, until the garage is filled. This car, the vintage car he's collecting, he's going to collect it by every means necessary. By bringing Fubara over, he does 3 things. If you ask me, Tinubu has done 3 things by bringing Fubara over. 1, Tinubu has secured River State for himself. He has secured the vote. He has secured the money. And he has secured a very key battleground. 2, Tinubu has weakened the PDP further. Tinubu puts Wike in an uncomfortable corner. This is what is going to happen. This guy, Fubara, is now the person that has replaced Wike. The job Wike did for him in 2023 is what Fubara is going to do. So it remains to be seen how this individual, the Wike and Fubara, would have to deal with their conflict and their ego in order to. Because if Wike said to Fubara, you're not going to contest 2027, the president could actually say otherwise. And if the president says otherwise, the president controls the federal might, the state governor controls the state might. So the Tinubu could have actually played Wike with, after the meeting he had with him yesterday, that, okay, you're going to come in. Wike is now in a precarious situation. Stay in PDP? No, I'm going to stay in PDP just to fight for the president. But the question is, I may lose more at home. Tinubu's message is very clear. Join me or watch me take your people. I mean, this is, again, Machiavellian thinking. This is not about morality. Tinubu, if you talk about anything morality, it's not about it. Just cancel Tinubu's name from it. It is just grab it. This is dagger. If you have to dagger somebody, stretch it and grab what is inside. That's what Tinubu is doing. He does not care. The only thing stopping him from the way he's going is one thing: the strength of the thing that lives up there to say, like Abacha, enough is enough. Every godfather fears one thing: a defiant protege. Same move is the biggest I ask. If he does it again, we have seen in recent times how these things do. Anyway, I have somebody here. I will then basically look at how does this again impact the PDP. I have someone joining me here. Prince, if you turn on your camera, I could bring you in. Prince. Anyway, while you do that, let me, I know you are at the background, and anyone wanting to join me, please, you can go to the pinned message there. Just click on it. It brings you in, right? Let me take one or two of your questions. Let us see. Let us this Southeast follow join. No, these guys, you guys, man, let all the Southeast states follow join. We cannot be always crying loser. No, the Southeast states are, every Southeast state is in that. Imo State is APC. Abia State is LPAPC. Ebonyi State is APC. Enugu State is full-blooded APC. Anambra State is APG APC. So everything is APC. It's politics. Politics is not. I mean, politics Nigeria makes you just basically want to, the end justifies the means. Come on, God just blew. Why are you being this? The end justifies the means by any means necessary. Bring P2B on the show. I'll bring P2B. I actually was supposed to bring him last week, but something happened. But I'll bring him on the show to answer on this. On here, he would tell the world some of the things that he's planning. That I can guarantee you. I'll do that. At the earliest convenient, whenever it's convenient, again, I will do that. But for now, probably, I think it's going to be after Christmas. So we are now in the spirit of Christmas, right? So like what I was saying, if you look at this, PDP is bleeding. Their members are PDP is bleeding. Honestly, bleeding like there is no tomorrow. PDP is bleeding. Now, I know that Wike can only be singing for PDP. Ancient of days, as old as you are, as old as PDP is, Tinubu is able to just get PDP, carry them up, knock them for ground. PDP is broken, as in a broken entity. Today, you have PDP factionalized. You have one faction talking about something else. One faction issuing expulsion certificates. That is, I sack you for school. I go issue you certificate of sack. And the party chairman was in an interview today. I laughed. He was, he was, sorry, that was funny. He was asked, why did you issue these people certificate of sack? He said, yes, because as we sack them, we know they will go to other party. So that other party will not doubt that we have sacked them. We now issue them certificate of expulsion. On the other hand, the Wike-led faction is still meeting. So this is political brouhaha. It reminds me of the Western Nigerian crisis that eventually led into the January 1966 coup, Operation Wait, where the Western Assembly, Parliament then, the factions were pouring themselves petrol and igniting them. That is Operation Wait here, Operation Wet You with petrol and mango born, you know. Then they wear agbada, they wear shokoto, in the words of Fela, and they light themselves up. I hope the political parapoison in PDP wouldn't get it. Now, as if the madness is not enough. Bagam, this happens. I said before, PDP is bleeding. Their members defecting right, left, center. Their members defect more often than NEPA takes light in Nigeria. Fubara, the way he has moved today, isn't just a defection, if you ask me my opinion. It is a political humiliation. Rivers State is the stronghold of PDP since 1999. I don't know how to say it. Sometimes I pity the PDP, sometimes I don't. I recall I was having an argument with a senator then in 2022. When Peter Obi left PDP, I said to him that the Southeast served PDP judiciously for over 22 years. Just like someone who has gone to do boy, who has gone to do apprenticeship, it comes to the point of settlement. Your master say, the way they look my madam, I no like him. The way they look the housemaid, I no like him. Why are you putting on this cream now? Why are you wearing bedroom slippers instead of going barefooted? You started looking at that boy. Recall, in Things Fall Apart, Okonkwo said to us, do not bear hand in killing that child that called you father. The Southeast called PDP father and served that father very well. Maybe PDP is suffering from the consequences of the injustice done in 2022, when they could have stood and adults, when they should have stood and said the right thing and take the right decision, but they didn't. The rest is now history. The question that is behind, is before us now, aside the humiliation that the PDP is suffering now, is we all know that River State is economically vital. We all know that River State is political strategic. We all know that one of the PDP last stronghold is in 3 states: Rivers, Enugu, Delta. Sadly, these states are all gone. Losing Rivers feels like watching someone steal the engine of your car while you're still driving it. You're, Third Mainland Bridge. Woo! Somebody just took your engine and you're just there having the steering, no engine to know how to brake and know how to even control the car anymore. That's it. That's where we are. The question that begs for answer now is Nyesom Wike, the minister of the FCT, is he the next person to decamp?
wako wawun dale dale tapinta birikia o wawun dale dale wamanga wumba dale wako wawun dale dale tapinta birikia o wawun dale dale yende ba 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 yende ba
Enyendeba, 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 enyendeba. We give these people, we give these people, we give the other people, right? So Wike, we know, has told us multiple times that he's not going to leave PDP. But is it something you can believe that Wike said he was not going to leave PDP? Recall Wike told us that PDP is APC is like cancer, and he was not going to leave malaria and go into cancer. There are videos and memes are abound what Wike said at one point or the other, but that's not the point now. The point now is, what do we think is going to happen? Is Wike going to leave PDP? And here is my analysis. Follow me. The big question is, would Wike join APC next? Now let's examine the possibilities. Reasons why Wike might join the APC. Think about it. Wike already works for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Wike, you are a fool, I'm not a fool. He is at war already with PDP. Every day they are fighting. APC has given Wike national relevance after he left the governorship of Rivers State. He loves influence. He loves microphone. And APC is currently holding that microphone for him. Wike is the only person in the whole Nigeria that calls press conferences now, I will not be surprised if by tomorrow or Wednesday, Wike holds press conference trying to address what I've just said now. Because anything you say against him, if Rufai Hussein says something, Wike will address it in a press conference. If Soja said, Oga, I'm not a fool, sir. I am a man with integrity, he will go and address it and even deny it. I never called him a fool. I never called him a fool. And I don't crack my voice after Wike loves influence. And APC, currently, in my view, holds that microphone for him. He keeps checking the mic. He's talking non-stop because the APC provides that platform. Again, it will be very naive to say, oh, Wike is certain that he will join APC. No. There are also certain elements that may not make Wike to join the APC. Consider this. Wike might resist joining the APC because, when we talk about intellectual analysis, you do comparative analysis, you do for, you do against. You look at the both sides, not just driving one way. Pride is my number one thing when I think about it. Wike hates the idea of appearing defeated. He might think now that Fubara has joined the APC, Fubara will now become his leader in the APC because in the party hierarchy, it's how and when you join. If Wike joins APC today, Fubara will be his leader in the state. And Wike is a man with pride. It might make him not to join. Now, again, following Fubara's, how do I put it? I say, after Fubara's defection, Wike might look like he has lost control. Only if he's not in total control that Fubara joined the party. I would have thought that if he was in control, he would have joined before. Or maybe that the president is still sending him on an errand to keep PDP busy until after the 2027 election. I can tell you, there are two parties that their legal tussle will not stop until after 2027. PDP and the Labour Party. Go and write it down. Let me talk. Saying that PDP gives him leverage to negotiate for future dominance. Again, staying in PDP, in my view, will give him leverage, right? But now, this is an angle to it. If Sim joins APC for shelter, Wike joining APC now will be like the landlord applying to stay in the tenant boys' quarter. Or is it not necessarily? Like I said before, that's what it is. Because he will now become his leader. He will become his ogre, unless the tenant becomes richer than the landlord. Wike, if you ask me, is at a crossroads. Every move now is calculated. And Nigeria is watching. Like Big Brother, like we do the contestants, like they do. Everybody is waiting for the eviction. Who is going to be the next to be evicted? In all this eviction, PDP is the biggest loser. Governor Adeleke joins Accord Party. Governor Adeleke joins Accord Party. That one, when I read it, I thought to myself, why would Governor Adeleke, the dancing senator, why would Adeleke join Accord Party? Simple, certainty. Adeleke joined Accord Party for one single thing only, certainty. So that they can see he wants a second term by all means necessary. He doesn't want a situation whereby when he wins, they say, you know, because the party is split, anyway, if he uses this faction, the other faction can actually go to court and just yank him off and say, well, you are not the one that actually won. This is Adeleke here, I think 2 days ago, Tinubu's wife was being conferred with a chieftaincy title. The same governor was singing as usual. But hey, Tinubu's wife told him, Oga, it is enough, off your mic. Some are jokingly saying, could it be the reason why he didn't then join the APC? If the president's wife, probably he may have felt insulted by this.
Which kind
At this point, Tinubu's wife came, told him, Oga Governor, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh. So the story has it that maybe he could have felt insulted and he decided not to join the APC. But however you look at it, PDP lost real big. That the governor of Ogun State switched gear, where another political, where another political shockwave just dropped. Governor Ademola, the dancing governor Adeleke, has just joined the Accord Party. Yes, Accord, ACCORD Party. This move is just interesting, if you ask me. This move is also strategic. Adeleke is popular. People like him for his dancing, and people say he has paid part of the debt the state owes. He's charismatic. He's charismatic. And his nephew is Davido, right? He has the youth. He can mesmerize them, get them high, get their fingerprint on a voter's card. It works. His defection, however, the way I see his defection, is that the instability in PDP is spreading. In fact, before, if it was just on an even road, now is galloping. If a sitting governor in the Southwest is leaving PDP, needs more than headache. You need more than a headache medicine. They need political ICU. He is repositioning himself. And again, the 2027 repositioning has begun. Accord party may be small, but remember, with Adeleke on board, they suddenly will have oxygen. Recall what happened in 2022 when Peter Obi joined the Labour Party. From an obscure corner, the Labour Party became a household name, powered by many of us who put in the work. Suddenly, people now know Mama, Papa, Peking. These were nights of strategic thinking, crafting how do we reach to the public. But this Accord Party, recall that the Iroko once governed, was it Oshun, with the Labour Party as well. So it's a revolution that he can ignite, and he has enough time to do that. The Southwest dynamic is shifting. 2 governors in the Southwest. 1 has gone. Only 1 remaining, Oyo State. Adeleke is a political force, hate him or like him. He has a political dynasty by his own family. He has someone in their family that commands the youth movement, that when he comes out, he uses his voice to lure them into voting. That you cannot take away. This, in my view, is not just a defection. This is a warning shot. But again, what do I know? I will end with this. On Adeleke, I'll say, Adeleke leaving PDP is like the star dancer leaving the dance group. Suddenly, the choreography no longer makes sense. In that state, no one can dance better than him. The question that I'm going to be closing in this evening is the Tinubu angle to all these things that I have analyzed. What is his strategy? Tinubu is in Asarok, sitting down, watching, plotting. Everybody is killing themselves. Tinubu is watching, plotting. What is he thinking? Who can tell me what Tinubu is?
We reduce the purchasing power of the people. We can further slow down the economy.
No be me talker. What is he thinking? Oga, for some reason, tell me what you are thinking.
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy.
I thought, just tell me, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Just equivocate a little.
Today, I want to declare without equivocation.
Okay. Before somebody go bite tongue, let me then equivocate. If Tinubu doesn't want to equivocate. If you ask me, here are simple strategy. I think Tinubu's strategy is very simple. Break the opponent, break the opposition. Those that are strong, absorb them. Those that have what they call in political abracadabra in Nigeria, absorb them. Those that are with war chest, the way they say it in Nigeria. Intimidate those who are undecided. If you can't intimidate them, confuse the stubborn, those that are stubborn, confuse them. Again, like Tinubu, hate Tinubu, same Fubara's defection strengthens him. Adeleke's move out of APC weakens PDP structure within the Southwest. Wike potential defection to the APC would completely destabilize PDP nationally. What next for Rivers and Dosun, if I may ask? And I conclude with this. If Rivers State, the political tension, in Rivers State, the political tension that we see that has lasted for about 2 years now, if you ask me, the next thing is that the political tension may cool, or because the tenant has gone before the landlord, it may explode, depending on Wike's next move. Everything is dependent on Wike, not Fubara. In Osun State, Adeleke's switch would shape alliances. PDP is now fighting battles on two fronts. PDP is going to want to have a governor in that state. Now, it's going to be the same thing that happened in Anambra State. Because of the way the whole thing is fractionalized, you will not see a strong person join. I have another person join me. Please, Prince, you're joined to us. Can you quickly, hold on. Prince, are you there? Unmute, please. Okay. For some reason, Prince just left. Okay. If you want to contribute, those of you joining me on YouTube, on the right-hand side, on the pinned message, you will see the link there to join. As I'm rounding up, I'll take some of your comments. I agree. What is happening? Let me take Chidozie says, I agree. What is happening to PDP is their failure to do the right thing to decide. I mean, it's karma. He asked me. I said that to them, to a senator who mentioned his name, but I told them that what we were planning to them that year was to make sure that there is no PDP again in the Southeast. I mean, they will not get any vote. And it happened. But some governors, obviously, we know, make I no talk, you know what happened, how some of the things happened, right? So that is it, people. Chigozie again said, each time he appears in public, he looks more come on, I think you're talking about Wike. Leave Wike. Wike is watching weight, so he's on diet. He's watching his weight. Okay, let me see. Be there before he arrives. You are the leader of the party in the state. Exactly. That's what my analysis. I think I've actually touched on all these, all these things you guys are now commenting. Now, my final point here is, ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria's politics is not for the faint-hearted. My good friend Tony 1 week will put it: 1 week, one trouble. Tim Fubara joins APC. Wike is under pressure as we speak. Adeleke joins Accord Party. The 2027 realignment has begun. Take it from me. I can guarantee you this. The 2027 realignment was already in motion, but today it took a new dimension. And you had the breakdown here on NjenjeMedia TV. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us for more political insight, drama, and analysis. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and stay entertained. Only what you can get here, undiluted. No fakes. No fakes. And I close with this. There is a video trending online showing that trailers are bringing Fulani headsmen, and there is an imposed voiceover in it. If you have seen that video, please disregard. There is no place in the Southeast, I say it again, there is no place in the Southeast that such number of foreigners have invaded. Please disregard. What we have is, again, is common sense. You can go to your Play Store, Apple Store, Google reverse image search. Even use AI to search the image. Just do a screenshot. You will see that that video was a video shot when we had COVID on lockdown. People were moving when they had cows, that blue truck, they had cows moving with human beings. And when police intercepted them for not wearing nose masks, as Nigerians, no one has the right to stop the other from moving from one state to the other, as long as that individual is not found with any weapon. So this video trying to cause confusion, threatening people who, especially those of you who are in the diaspora, planning to come home for Christmas, that video is fake. And to those who are fear mongering, I beg us, can we stop this? There is a lot of fake AI videos. Then why do we even add more to this misinformation? It does nothing to us, but we have aged people who may not know the difference in this, or may not have the technology to actually dictate when these videos were originally published. Because we have phones now, you can get any video and superimpose your own voice beneath it and share it and create panic. Again, I think I'm beginning to think that the government need to step up as well. We should begin to look into fake. When people deliberately misinform for propaganda just to harm the public, there should be consequences for such actions. And I am Mazes. Okay. Good night from this side. Bye-bye. And Merry Christmas in advance. Bye for now.